Welcome everybody to the Relo market update. Exciting time of year to be assessing things. We're going to dive right into some macro charts here. This is home price appreciation by month, and as you can see, it's all green, but it's all sort of muted. And this is what we're going to see is this more of a normalized market compared to what we'd seen in years past. So this chart here shows the differences. In 2021 and 22, it was 10-20% appreciation. Now we're here back into the more like what we saw back in 2019, which was a healthy market and a little bit more normalized. Here's the home price appreciation forecasts from some of the major players in the industry. So we're looking at, largely between 1% and 5% on the red here. So that's sort of the expectations going into the year. Going to be a slightly higher year in price and a slightly higher year in number of transactions. So we're going to watch as that unfolds. This is the big interest rate chart, the one that really is sort of the thermometer for the marketplace. As you can see, we interest rates peaked in the beginning of January, and they've been in this nice even downtrend ever since. So we're starting to see this. It takes a while for that to play into the markets, actual buyers and sellers making decisions around these numbers. But having rates here in the high sixes is definitely creating a little bit of a headwind for the marketplace right now as people are out shopping in the preseason months. Diving into the Ben Beacon report, this is for closed homes last month. We're seeing $700K median price. Days on market came down a little bit. We're still at 45 days. And then the number of months inventory went up a bit to 3 months inventory. Keep in mind, 6 months is considered a balanced market, so we are still in a seller's market. However, there are more options this month than there were last month for buyers to choose from. MLS data, this shows active listings in Bend, and this is always a nice metric to look at. You can see 495 total listings. That's up a little bit since last month. There's fewer listings with changed price, and that changed price is a lower number. We'd seen this number up by 6 later in 2024. So that just tells us that things are starting to pick up, start getting their homes sold with fewer price reductions than they had in months prior. Okay, here's the diving in the median home price. We've got $700K again. This is kind of where we've seen a lot. Some of these are anomalies depending on how many homes in the luxury price point transact in a given month. We see this noise, but we are right here at $700K, which, as you can see, over the last 3 years, we've kind of been bouncing around a little over and a little under 700. So a lot of folks who had bought back in this 22 era we're consulting with, and they want to know, well, can I break even? Can I pay my realtor fees? The answer really depends on a lot of factors, like when they purchased it, whether they got a good deal, or perhaps maybe they were in a bidding war when they purchased it. And then obviously what they've done to update the home. All that factors into people's net that they can walk away with. So median price per square foot is another way of looking at the pricing. $349. It's kind of right in this middle of the range that we've seen over the last 3 years. Inventory ticked up a little bit, 3 months. Nice to see more options. We expect this number to continue to grow as we approach spring listing season. Now is a great time if you're a seller to sort of beat that rush. We see the most listings come on April, May, June every year. And so right now we're starting to see an early ramp up of spring season, partially because of the weather. We've had a pretty mild winter in Bend proper. The mountain has gotten hammered with snow, but the lower elevation of the town has not so much. So the 60-degree days that we've had over the past month have really helped get the buyer traffic out. Days on market, we love looking at this seasonality. Months past, we see the number kind of peak out here in this January, February time frames. We are looking for this to start coming down as we get into March, April, May. We can feel it on the ground. A lot of the homes that are listing are going pending within the first 2 weeks. So we expect this number to reflect lower days on market once the March numbers are released. Bottom line this month, we are in the beginning of the spring market. It's happening early as it does typically every year. Things start heating up in this February, March time frame. Right now is a good time for sellers to list and beat the rush of listings that we know it's coming. Totally, we're working with a lot of sellers who are preparing to list. Again, if you can be best price, best quality, beat that rush of spring listings, seeing people get transactions done before the rest of the population wants to get them done. Despite the higher rates, buyers are still out of force this year. It's something that people have been pent up demand, and yes, rates are a little higher than they used to be, but expectations are changing in the marketplace. People are not expecting a 3% interest rate anymore, so we're seeing a lot of buyers who are saving up, getting pre-approved, and giving up the waiting game to get the home that they want to be in. So now is a great time of the year to get in touch with your agent to strategize for the year ahead. So if you or anyone you know is having some goals or some situations that you want to talk through, myself or any agent on the Ben Relo team will be happy to help.